Hey everyone, welcome to this course. I'm really excited to be launching this course here for you because I heard wonderful things from my students about our other courses on the IELTS Writing Task 1, Writing Task 2, and the Speaking course. So I'm very happy to be presenting this reading course to you now. So welcome aboard. There is our ship and we're going to be taking this big journey into learning how to master the IELTS reading step by step. So here is the journey that we're going to be taking, and if you've taken any of our other courses so far, then you will be familiar with this. Here is our ship and we're trying to get here to the other side. And in this course, this is the journey that we're going to be taking. We're going to start off by first talking about the fundamentals. Here I'm going to give you some basic information that you need to know before you can really understand how to answer other questions. Here I'm going to describe to you all the basic information and set up that groundwork for you. After we talk about this, we're going to look at the different types of questions, and there are many types of questions that you will see on the reading test. So we're going to look at the different types of questions, and you're going to find out that some questions go in order, other questions don't go in order. Some questions go in order some of the time, some of them go in order most of the times. So we're going to look at the strategies for each one of these different question types. The first question type we're going to cover is the fill-in-the-blank question type. I'm going to show you how to answer the fill-in-the-blank questions. Next, I'm going to show you how to answer the short answer questions. Then we will cover the yes, no, not given questions, also known as the true, false, not given questions. Next, we'll go over the multiple choice questions, matching questions, sentence completion questions, table questions, diagram questions, flowchart questions. Then we're going to start talking about how to answer the more difficult questions, questions like the summary questions, paragraph location questions, headings questions, and the pick from list questions. And by the way, we're going to have a lot of practice questions throughout this course. You're going to see me answer these questions for you in front of you, and then we'll also have some practice questions for you to try this at home. Once we have learned how to answer all of these different questions, we're going to go over a full reading test. So I'm going to show you how to answer an entire reading test from the beginning to the end. And there will also be some opportunities for you to put into practice what you have learned in this course. And then we're going to wrap up this course with some final tips. Now, let me tell you a little bit about myself before we get further into this course. So that's me right there, and my name is Shay. In this course, I'm going to be your IELTS instructor and also the captain of our ship. That's my hat right there. So far, I've had over 8 years of IELTS teaching experience. I'm also a certified CELTA English instructor. At my university, I did my degree in communication and language, and so far, I've taught in 11 countries around the world. I've helped many students to score a band 7 or above, and I hope to be able to do the same for you. If you'd like, you can read our testimonials at the given link. And if at any point you have any questions, feel free to contact me at ielts@mastership.co. So now let's talk about what is the IELTS. Well, it's a test of your English proficiency. And what it stands for is International English Language Testing System. There are two main types of IELTS. There's the academic IELTS. This type of IELTS is mainly used by colleges and universities for students who want to study abroad in an English-speaking country. General IELTS, on the other hand, is mainly used by employers for people who want to work abroad. I suggest that you contact your university or your employer to make sure that you're taking the correct IELTS. So who makes the IELTS? Actually, it's jointly owned by 3 separate agencies that are listed here. As you can see, Cambridge English is one of the agencies that are actually creating the IELTS exam. And for this reason, I highly suggest that you get the Cambridge English books. This over here is an image of what the Cambridge English books look like. The exam papers in these books are very authentic and look just like the real exam. Also, since IELTS is a paper-based test, I recommend that you practice doing the exam on paper. How can you take the IELTS? Well, first you have to register. You can do so by using the provided link. Next, you have to select which date you want to take the test in. Testing dates are available each month, so you shouldn't have a problem finding a date that works for you. Keep in mind, however, that in some testing centers, you may need to register 2 weeks ahead of time. Next, select the date, the time, and the location for your test. Fill out the application and pay the fee. At the moment, it costs about $200 US. Once you've done that, provide them with a copy of your passport, and that should complete your IELTS application. Let us now go over the exam overview. Firstly, the IELTS takes about 2 hours and 45 minutes to finish, and it has 4 parts: reading, listening, writing, and speaking. Each part has equal scoring. The exam is divided into 2 major sections. The first section is the paper exam. This includes 3 sections: the listening, reading, and writing, and all 3 of these sections must be finished in one single session. The other part is the speaking exam. The speaking test can be scheduled separately, so if you don't want to, you don't have to take it on the same day. You can schedule it on some other day. Lastly, keep in mind that this is an English test. Some of my students feel that they may not perform as well on the test because they don't have any prior knowledge about other subjects. But actually, you don't need any specialized background knowledge on any other subject other than English. There are no breaks in between the tests, so you won't have any bathroom breaks or lunch breaks. So it's important that you develop your stamina at home by taking full-length practice tests. Again, it is a paper-based exam, so your handwriting and spelling are very important. If your handwriting is unclear or illegible, then you're going to lose points for that. On the other hand, if you spell words wrong, you're also going to lose points for that. Let us now break down the different sections and the timing of the IELTS exam. The first part is listening, in which you have 4 sections and a total of 40 questions. You will have 30 minutes to finish the listening part. Next is the reading section, in which you will have 3 reading passages with 40 questions total, which you have to finish in 60 minutes. Then you're going to move to the writing section, in which you will have 2 tasks, the writing task 1 and the writing task 2. You will have a total of 60 minutes to finish both tasks. Lastly, you have the speaking part, which will last a total of about 11 to 14 minutes in length. This brings the total test time up to 2 hours and 44 minutes. Let us now talk about the answer sheet. You will have 2 different types of answer sheets. On the left-hand side, we have the answer sheet for the reading and listening. On the right-hand side, we have the answer sheet for the writing part. So when you're writing your answers for task 1 and task 2, you're going to have a sheet like this. And if you need extra paper, then you can ask your examiner. So that concludes this video. And in the next video, we're going to look at the fundamentals of the IELTS reading. So I'll see you there.